My name is Chris Lawrence. I'm the race engineer for the number 7 McLaren Chevrolet, and this is the SmartStop of the race. I think for the IndyCar series, the Thermal Club race was a really interesting one. Firestone brought tires that were more different this year. So the primaries were a bit slower and more durable, and the alternates were quite a lot faster, but they didn't last quite as long. On the McLaren side, we elected to go for qualifying position. So we ran the alternate tires a bit more. This worked out. We locked out the front row, but this was a penalty for us in terms of race strategy. So in the beginning of the race, Pato started new reds. I was able to build a gap to us and Pelot, who had both started used reds. Now here's kind of where the difference showed up, is that Pelot's used reds only had 1 outing on them, and our used reds had 3. And so you saw us struggle after about 10 laps, but Pelot was able to continue on and build the gap. By the time the race progresses towards the last pit stop, we had in our minds that we were going to struggle to make the used reds last, and we had to do everything in our power to keep track position on the primaries. Okay, so this is the final stop of the race where we've elected to undercut the 10 car, in other words, pit earlier, and we're pushing super hard on the in-lap, which Christian had some of the fastest in-laps of anyone in the race. It's an important part of the pit sequence being the in-lap, the actual pit stop itself, and then the out-lap making up the sum of the sequence. We try to call the driver in very late to not give the other competitors an idea of what we're doing. So we're kind of waiting to call him in until he exits this corner here with the 10 car right behind us. That gives the 10 car less of an advantage to push when he gets clear air. So it's just more of that little competitive edge that the teams are pushing. The actual pit stop itself was really good. It was one of the quicker ones that we've done. So just a strong sequence overall. Ultimately with the prime tires, we weren't able to hold off the 10 car for the position or for the win, but it was a great sequence for us.